Deantown. I've actually been playing it for quite a while, I've got to admit. I mean, it's not like I just learned it that day and posted my first video of me playing it for the first time. I've been working on it for a while. Anyway, we're not going to do a playthrough today. What I'm going to do is we're going to look at some of the comments that I've got from my playthroughs throughout the week. Let's just get my strap on. Yeah, so I got a lot of comments from people on my videos of my playthroughs of Deantown, and I'm surprised at how many views it actually got, and I think it's just because of the ridiculous nature of the video. I made the suggestion that if I just played Deantown every day on my 5-string bass, eventually maybe somebody will give me a suitable bass, like a Joe Dart bass, to play Deantown on. I don't know, you get these stupid ideas. I put the video up on YouTube, and as is the usual case with these kind of daft ideas that I have, the following day I was just about to delete the video. I went onto YouTube and I had a load of notifications, and the things had a bunch of views and likes and comments and everything. So I left it up there, and it's had like 5,000 views now or something, which is not much. But for me, that's a hell of a lot, actually. I never normally get that many views on YouTube. Anyway, so I've been playing Deantown every day and uploading the videos, and people have been watching, and people have been pointing out all of the things that I'm doing wrong. A lot of it to do with my hand positioning. There's been some talk of chunking, which I'm sure you all know what chunking is, where you break it down into little sections, but I've kind of got to the point where I know what's happening in each section. It does, when it gets to some of the complicated changes, yeah, I just lose track of where I am, and I know where I'm supposed to be going, but my hands don't go there. So it is really, I suppose, chunking is really where that kind of thing would help, of just repeating phrases over and over and over. Okay, S. Brown, 1953, says, let your inner critic go. Just get your neck bobbing to keep time. Smile. Breathe. Let the music flow. Target fixation distracts you. The music is all there. You just need to forget the camera and the invisible audience of critics. Easier said than done. I think that's a brilliant comment, actually. And I think it's a very astute observation on your part, Mr. Brown. I definitely play it better. I think I do, actually, when I'm not videoing myself, and I need to try and work around the whole thing of, feeling like an asshole in front of the camera, I suppose. Anyway. Neil Mac Music says, I've been enjoying your pain and struggle, but seriously, you've made amazing progress. Thank you for doing this. This inspired me to get my bass out of the cupboard more often and give it a go. Also, RE bass technique. I had similar issues with wandering thumb and sticky thumb, and got around it by concentrating on pointing the left thumb towards the headstock, and voila. Or cello. My playability increased by 80%. I look forward to more musical meanderings from you soon. Cheers. Well, thanks, Neil Mac Music, and I'm glad that you feel inspired to get your bass out. And that's why, well, no, actually, that's not why I'm doing this. I'll be honest. The reason I'm doing all of this is because I just want to make videos and put them on YouTube and get subscribers and monetize my channel, so that I can get a Joe Dart bass. There you go. That's the thing. I'll end up with one, I'm sure. Bob Martin has been watching every video, and I very much appreciate that, Bob. Nice idea to try other things for week 2. Maybe you could focus on smaller parts with some kind of looper. I do this when learning new riffs. Yeah, that's a good idea too. I have got a few ideas of things that I want to do this next week on YouTube, which is doesn't actually include making videos every single day because I'm knackered. About a week ago, George Cowley, I have mentioned this comment before, but George said, "Nice one, Duncan. Your tone is excellent. Also, a fiddly track like that, you can make life much easier with your left hand if you drop your wrist and bring your thumb closer to the center line on the back of the neck." And yeah, this is something I've really been trying to work on. And I know and I think one of the problems is trying to play something like Deantown at full speed when you're clearly not capable of actually playing it at full speed. This is where your technique just goes out the window. So you have to, or I have to, play it slowly in order to keep a good hand position, because I know my reach is better. Sometimes feels a little bit more awkward when, especially if I'm working really fast. But yeah, it is much better to have a good hand position, I've got to say. There's also it being a 5-string bass. My right hand issues with a 5-string bass, you really need to work a lot on things like muting techniques and just hand positioning in general is kind of a little bit, takes a bit more thought on the 5-string bass. I mean, as far as the extra 5 notes, like the extra string, that's really, for your left hand, I don't have a problem with that. That doesn't cause me any issues. It's just a few extra notes to think about, and I like those notes, so it's fine. But it's here that there's a problem, because like with a 4-string bass, people tend to just rest the thumb on the pickup and just play away. And most of the time you're playing on the E string and your A string. And muting isn't such an issue. You can mute a little bit with your left hand as well. But when you're on a 5-string, now you've got this B string, and it just drones. It makes a lot of noise. It's even worse than the E string, and you've got to keep it quiet at all times. And I mean, just little movements with your hands like that can make a lot of noise. So if I'm not muting, this B string is just free to do what the hell it wants. They're all, so all of these strings, when I'm doing that, these strings are all ringing out as well. The E string, the A string, when I go, these are all busy going, and so yeah, muting is just a thing. Because I'm using a 5-string, that kind of dictates my right hand position. Belt 4060, he believes in what I'm doing. I'm going to get a bass guitar. I'm going to get a bass guitar. Do you know why I'm going to get a Joe Dart bass? Because people are subscribing to my channel. I'm going to monetize the channel. When that happens, I'm going to buy a Joe Dart bass, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like I say, maybe I'll give it away. Maybe I'll give it to the school. Maybe we'll have a competition on the channel. This is just, I'm just thinking out loud here. We have a competition on the channel whereby everybody has to do their most original interpretation of Deantown, and we have a competition, and the winner can either take the bass guitar for themselves if they want to be a selfish bastard, or they can donate it to a charity or school or cause of their choice. Something like that. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Nobody showed this man Deantown. Okay, I've mentioned this comment before as well, Big Son. I've been listening to it a few times recently because I've been listening to Deantown. And while it is similar in some way, it's just not, it's not really. I mean, it is, yeah. I mean, I can see how Deantown is in some way a tribute to Deantown. But, like, man, Deantown was a difficult one to try and memorize exactly what's happening, musically. the timeline of the whole song. But compared to Deantown, it's a hell of a lot easier to memorize. And it's because of the more repetitive nature, I think. I mean, you basically got 5 sections. 2 of them are pretty much the same, and the other 3 are absolutely identical on the bass. The solo section, 3 times, it's the same thing, just 3 times over. And that took me a couple of weeks to realize that those 3 sections were all exactly the same. Deantown, man, I mean, it's incredible to watch them playing it, because you know that when you see the keyboard player and Jacko both playing at the same time, the same line, I mean, it's incredible. But it's going to take me a while to learn that. I mean, crikey, if I was to play that every day until I get it 100% right, that's going to take me to the grave, man. I mean, that would just be the rest of my life. I'm like 57. I'll be dead before I can actually learn to play Deantown. So fuck that. So one day 3, I did a full speed playthrough of Deantown. And yeah, it was kind of a mess, but I did the whole thing from the beginning to the end, and it's a mess, but I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, it's, I know I'm kind of fairly competent on bass, so I know that I can kind of make it all the way through, but all of the bad habits just start coming out, because again, it's so fast and furious, and it just comes at you so quickly. You're like a rabbit in the headlights. Gilbert Disloquez. I don't know how to pronounce names, I'm sorry. I think most people wouldn't post themselves trying to do this in the first place. So to that I say congrats. Also, this doesn't sound too bad, so great work on that. I mean, yeah, thank you. But I mean, when I look at other people's playthroughs of Deantown, like Drew, I mean, I'm nowhere near. But I'll get there. And he also says, good luck on the Joe Dart bass journey. Thank you. You see, this is the thing. There's so much support, which is weird, but everybody seems to think that I should be getting a free Joe Dart bass for doing all this. I mean, I was perfectly willing to let that idea go. But, it started a bit of a movement, and I think we need to go with that, really. An Americano says, yes, I think I'm subbing. It's a wonderful little exercise in community feedback and growth. Thank you. Okay, I mean, I think I'm feeling the love here this week from this week's little effort. Thank you. Let's go. I try to comment every day. I want to see the final video with the Joe Dart bass. You see, so I have to get the Joe Dart bass. As I've said, we'll talk about what we're going to do with it afterwards, but we're going to get this thing. This is going to happen. Okay, Nom Nom is great. He's been making quite a few comments. He says the thing you mentioned about left-hand positioning is only somewhat true. Joe himself will use the thumb over the top sometimes whenever it feels more comfortable. I've found that the main thing that I have benefited from is putting minimal pressure on the back of the neck. It takes less muscle effort to move around the neck when there is less friction. This is also completely true. I tend to tense up a lot when I'm playing, and I started to really tense gripping, and this is when my everything just goes to crap when you start getting too tense and tight, because tension just screws you up when you're playing bass, really, more than guitar. CFTerra 6213 says, keep at it, Duncan. Oh, I will. I'll keep at it. But I'm not going to do this every single day, because honestly, I think it's a bit much to expect you guys to watch me every single day playing Deantown. So what I am going to do is it's going to go down to a once a week episode where I will give you a full update of all of my progress that I've made throughout the course of the week. And I have made some progress this week, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Okay, and this one right here, this is gold. I love this one. This is Elliot Langlois 8377. He says, hey Duncan, just a little trick for you. When you play the measure with the rise F sharp, E, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, bars 30, you have to do G and G sharp with your first finger. You have to slide your index finger, never your little finger. Okay, so what Elliot noticed was that when I play this part of the riff, see what I did wrong there? Can you correlate what you've just seen to what I just read out? I am using see, so I'm sliding my pinky finger at the end, which works, but my pinky finger is not as strong, and when I'm playing it super fast, that's just not gonna do it. So what I should be doing is like that instead. So I'm gonna alternate the two so that you can see what I'm doing. Just watch the sliding part when I go up that little chromatic run. Okay, watch me when I'm doing this. There's two different ways of doing it. Or what you can do. Now it doesn't actually feel as natural to me right now. It kind of feels awkward doing it like that because I'm used to going. See, I'm just used to doing it that way. Sliding the pinky finger at the end is probably better to do it. Although I'm a bit clunky now at doing it that way because I'm not used to doing it that way around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to practice doing that. But also the part leading up to that, this is actually, that whole section is one that really gets me, especially here. See, so that's how I tend to do it. My index finger and my pinky, and then up to here. But you see already I've got that wrong because I've started this on my pinky, and I should be using this finger so that I can. So doing it wrong. See, I suppose it can work like that, but it's not the ideal way. The best way is because, and then your fingers are maintaining their positions over those 4 frets. This whole area on the guitar is great for me because I can kind of, if I'm maintaining the correct hand position, I can do the 1 finger per fret rule very comfortably in this whole area. Once you get up here it gets a bit too tight, but you know, I never play up there because I'm a bass player. So anyway, yeah, so this is my big struggle with Deantown, is this. And I kind of just got it right there, but I need to work on that this week and get that up to speed. And what I also need to work on is leading into that section, because when I'm playing the part that comes before that, my brain is not planning for where my next move is. I'm not fully aware of exactly what I'm going to do next. This seems to be what makes Deantown so difficult. It's just that continuous onslaught of changes. And it's only 4 chords. I mean, there's 4 chords running through the whole thing. If you're actually just playing the guitar, you're just playing 4 chords. What is it? F sharp. And then what's that? D flat, E, and B. There's 4 chords. It's probably like a major chord and a minor chord, I suppose. One of them is going to be a minor, isn't it? That's going to be major. No, wait a minute. E is major. The only reason I know that the E chord is a major chord in Deantown is because of this, right? Because you've got this part. And that's why I know it's major, because that's a major blues scale. See, that bit was all major scale there, which is great. Like, it is, it's just like... Major scale, major scale. Anyway, so I never got around to the whole thing about the person who mentioned my right hand technique with my angling of my hand, but somebody had mentioned that perhaps what I need to do is try and keep my hand at an angle like this while I'm playing, and then that way when my fingers are both out at full length, they're both able to kind of contact the string. And I think, yeah, maybe that's, I suppose I could make that work, especially with like the floating thumb technique. But these kind of techniques really do take some practice and some application, doing it every day. And I'm just not really good at that, you know, I mean, like practicing and stuff, you know. Anyway. Pleasure 93 says Tool, Numa. I mean, yeah, fuck, awesome song. Danny Carey, oh wait, he's the drummer. But I do love Danny Carey though, I mean, he's just brilliant. I saw Beat, you know, the King Crimson kind of tribute thing, which is kind of not really a tribute because Adrian Belew and Tony Levin were there playing with Danny Carey and Steve Vai, and it was just brilliant. And Tony Levin is an absolute hero of mine. I grew up listening to Tony Levin without even knowing that I was listening to it. Like all the Peter Gabriel stuff, I mean, Paul Simon, and he's just done everything, like, you know. Well, he's not really, but he should be. He's very good. Yes, I do like Tool, though. They're not my favourite band in the world, but I don't know who my favourite band in the world is. Right now, currently, probably my favourite band in the world is still Frank Zappa and the Mothers around about 1974 or 75. I can't remember any of their names, but apart from Ruth Underwood, his version of Montana on YouTube is just beautiful, sublime. Anyway, that's currently one of my favourite things at the moment is sort of mid-70s Frank Zappa live stuff. Hey, I just had to run out to Dollar General quick, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to ask you to help me grow my channel by hitting the subscribe button and the like button, and maybe leave a comment in the comment section. Let's have a quick peek at day 6. What a great treat at the end. Fun is the best thing to have, said OC Mega Views. Thanks, OC. Yeah, bro, keep it up. Looking forward to seeing you absolutely nail it. Me too. Thanks, JW7305. William Clemenston Base 1795 says thumbs up, ball of fire, and some other emojis. Thank you very much. I think that means you enjoyed it. There's a little heart for you. Yeah, I think that's really where we are, really, with the comments. Oh, we've already looked at day 6, haven't we? Okay. We won't go any further with the comments. I don't even know where we're at now. I don't know how long this video is. I've got no way of telling at all. But anyway, a couple of things I just want to talk about when I'm playing Deantown. Yes. The parts that I'm going to work on this week, I'm not even going to do a playthrough today, but what I'm going to work on this week, the parts of Deantown I'm going to work on this week, are are going to be the intro section, which is just, well, actually it's all of that, starting with that F sharp. Because one of the areas which I really struggle with when I'm going from the F sharp up an octave, so when I actually, because you're doing 16ths and you're going at 110 beats a minute, it's that change there, it gets me every single time. I can't skip those strings fast enough. And then also there's the whole technique here when you do I want to be doing alternative picking, or do I want to be raking down? I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't know if we can even see, but you can be sort of, I'm not actually going to play the notes, but hopefully you can see what's going on here. I'm going to have to play the notes. And just have a look at these two fingers right here. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my first finger. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 2 1 2. So the raking technique that I think is the right way to do it is like this. Give you a slightly better view here. This is how I'm doing it. Starting, well, first of all, you've got your open, your F sharp. And watch what my right hand fingers are doing, and tell me if you think that I'm doing this correctly. See, now I reckon if I could do that at full speed, that would be nailing it. But that was probably I don't know what that was, probably like 80 beats a minute or something pathetic. So, okay, I think I'm running out of actual brain now. I can't think of anything to say. I'm probably hungry, and in fact I am hungry. I know I'm hungry. Anyway, this was episode, okay, so what was this episode? Okay, it was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this was episode 8 of the great Deantown Playathon, until we actually generate a completely free, magically a free Joe Dart bass, which I think at this point we've definitely decided that once it actually arrives and materializes, we're going to give it away. Who to, we do not know yet. I'm looking forward to hearing suggestions about that in the comments. Apart from that, I can't really think of anything else to tell you today. I'm going to get going. I'm going to go and do other stuff and see whether this video gets any views on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm going to return next Saturday with a full playthrough after practicing Deantown for another week. I may make a short episode during the week. I don't know about Deantown. I probably will make some other videos during the week. I still don't know what about. Oh yeah, and special mention to this guy who said I should learn to play Beastly on the bass. Oh yeah, wait. Beastly, that's kind of quite a slow one. Maybe I should be trying to work out a slow one. Let's just see if I can find it here. There we go. I mean, I can try and play it, I suppose. Like, I know it's in. Is it in? I know it's that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.